that we are concerned about this. And let me draw that in again. And there's Hartford at 726. And the circulation should essentially head east of the Pennsylvania border just after the 7:30 hour. So if you, by chance, are watching us from west central Pennsylvania, northwest Pennsylvania, those of you in South Pymatuning, 740, Transfer, PA, Pymatuning, 750, Cremis, perhaps if this is still holding together, 805, and Fredonia at 813. And let's switch over. Well, let's add some lightning. You can see this is a fairly electrical system at this point, and that has been the case as we've been watching this. It didn't start getting the circulation until it moved into Portage, or rather Trumbull County, essentially right along 422. And then as it moved closer and closer to Cortland and Vienna, we've heard reports that there was a lowered base, and from time funnel it was trying to bounce lower, trying to make contact with the ground. So obviously with a signature like this, there is a cautionary, a Doppler indicated rotation with a potential funnel that has been trying to form at the very bottom edge of this. Let me remove the lightning now. Let me show you what this looks like on the reflectivity side, and what we're looking at here is the rain signature. Unlike the cell that we were looking at earlier today, that was around Lodi and Burbank and in southwest Medina County, where it actually had a bit of a hook. With this one, not quite looking like that, but it is right in here that the cell is indeed circulating, rotating, if you will, and that's about where we would find the particular cell do that. Again, it's moving to the east. Let's give you another idea as to what's happening here. Yeah, no new news, and from time to time you'll hear me go silent, not because nothing's going on, but I'm trying to get briefed to see if there's any new information. And I'm seeing, again, earlier tonight, and that was maybe 20 minutes ago, from somebody else in the network, that they were observing a lowering of that cloud base in Warren, and with the funnel dropping at times, and that's the cell that was showing the signature, again, moving to the east. No new data that we are seeing. There's the timeline. Again, by 7:30, this will be moving east of the Pennsylvania border, and at 7:30 is when the tornado warning will be coming to a conclusion. Let me get for you the other locations. Again, these are smaller communities, and we are approaching, once we get outside of the Warren and Youngstown area, some rural farm country. But some of those locations impacted by the tornadic thunderstorm would be Mecca, Champion Heights, Brookfield Center, Orangeville, Vienna, Howland, Center, Yankee Lake, Bolindale, Johnston, and West Hill. Let me check my messages here. All right, nothing new, but we still have a very definitive signature. Let me switch back to that so that you can see on the velocity scan. It is making its way towards the Pennsylvania border. And there's South Pymatuning. You can see it just protruding there at the south end of the Pymatuning Lake, or South Pymatuning. And there's that rotation. The couplet seems to be Well, it is still there and working east ever so closely, ever so closer to the Pennsylvania border. Again, moving east at 30 miles an hour. Okay, and we are checking on damage, and no damage reports anywhere. And there's no report, no additional reports of any of the funnels that were originally cited by somebody in the media. Looks like it was almost a half hour ago that was. We've had a number of these cells today that have been indeed rotating and producing some curious signatures. But this was probably the first one that we've had some form of verification that there was a funnel trying to form from the south side of the thunderstorm. And typically that's where you're going to see it. You'll see it on the bottom side or the southwest corner of the cell. And the actual cell is actually now pushing into Pennsylvania. And so we're getting some good news here. Let me check on that message. Nothing new. No, I don't see anything new. We do see perhaps, somebody sent me a picture from one of the local television stations in Youngstown who has a web camera that overlooks the area, and sure enough there is a classic lowered base and what appears to be a funnel cloud which at times was trying to reach for the ground. Now, as far as we know, it has not. There are no reports of any damage anywhere, and I believe Lou Maglio is trying to see if there are any images that are coming in. If you have an image, and by the way, never, ever compromise your safety for the sake of a photo. However, if you're well south of that area, if you are towards the Vienna Airport point south, you can probably see this up to the north, and if you want to snap a picture, and again, but only if you're south of Vienna Center, south of Brookfield Center. If you live in Churchill, the tornado warning is not in effect for you in the Polygon. Hubbard, you're okay. The community of Hubbard as in township, Hilltop, Niles, Mineral Ridge. You can probably see this up to your northeast, so if you have a photo that you'd like to share, make sure you send it over to tips@fox8.com, and you can also Twitter me as well, and we'll certainly get those. But we still have the tornado warning in effect for the next less than 8.5 minutes. And we still have that signature. That signature has moved to the east. Look at that, right in here. Anytime you see a couplet of bright red and green, especially a brighter green, you have some definite rotation. Hang on. And that just is a continuation of the tornado warning for Trumbull County until 7:30. And we have a new one. Youngstown Airport reports tornado. Youngstown reports a tornado funnel cloud. Not sure if it is making contact with the ground, but as we mentioned, we could see the Youngstown Vienna Airport on the satellite underneath this. Let me turn off the velocity scan here, and you can see the airport. The airport is right here, and so they are actually seeing right in here at the very least a funnel cloud, and we have just a continuation of the tornado warning until 7:30 for the same areas of Trumbull County. Youngstown, again, reporting a tornado or a funnel moving northeast or moving east with frequent lightning, obviously, just to the north of the field. All right, the latest Youngstown automatic reporting does report, it says a tornado I'm assuming that it is either touching the ground or coming close to touching the ground. So if you live north of the Youngstown-Vienna Airport, you need to take cover right now. Do not delay. Let me show you the velocity scan again. And there it is, right in here. It's about ready to move east of the Pennsylvania border for the next 6 minutes. And really, at this point, it's going to take about 6 minutes for this signature to cross the Ohio border and into Pennsylvania. And that is just a reiteration of, from time to time, again, I'm going to have to look over and see what we have going on here with these alerts. But it's just a reiteration that the Youngstown Airport reports a tornado. And I assume that's to the northeast. So it is entirely possible that it's on the ground. So let's draw a schedule. If you live northeast, just northeast of the Youngstown Airport, you need to be in your place of safety right now. Do not delay. Eventually, by 7:36, you can see all of these places are in Pennsylvania, but as this moves closer and closer to the Pennsylvania border, you need to be in your place of safety. Let's move in very, very close. There is Hartford. If you live in Hartford, if you live in Orangeville, you need to be in your place of safety right now. There's no time to waste because we have had reports, according to the Youngstown Airport, of a tornado. I'm assuming that the funnel that they were watching has come close to hitting or making contact with the ground. Or has made contact with the ground right there. It is looking like it's right along Ohio Route 305. So just north of that, if you are anywhere along 305 and within a couple of miles of Hartford, and let me move the map over so you see Fowler is now on the trailing edge of the signature. Again, you need to be in your place of safety. Fowler, if you're listening to me from Fowler, you still need to be in your place of safety, even though the signature has passed. And that signature is moving to the east, and it looks like east-northeast now. So Orangeville is right on the Pennsylvania and Ohio border, and with reports from Youngstown that a tornado potentially is on the ground, you need to be in your place of safety. Route 7, north of Hartford, get into your place of safety right now. Orangeville, get in your place of safety right now. After that, it will move into Pennsylvania. And we apparently have a couple of photos. Are we tossing to Lou for those photos? Okay, this is apparently the Cortland area. And this is a classic lowered base on the south side of that thunderstorm, and right at the and it's you know, the trees are in the way of any potential funnel, but this is a classic wall cloud, a lowered base, and it's underneath these that frequently you will get funnel clouds, and that's where the spinning is taking place. Just imagine, if you will, hold that second picture. Let's bring it back to that second picture. No, get back to the photos, please. Can we put the photos back up? There, that one right there. Notice on the right-hand side of your screen. Okay, let's hold this photo if we can. Don't change that. Oh, it's a video? Okay. Well, in any event, you can see the rotation is on the right-hand side of your screen. It's away from you. On the left-hand side of the screen, it is towards you. And that is the cyclonic curvature that we are watching on radar. Now, the tornado warning is still in effect for the next 2 minutes. It is virtually, well, literally a mile or two just to the west of Orangeville, and it's working to the east at 20 miles an hour, looking like it might be moving more east-northeast. And let me circle it. We are very, very close, zoomed into this particular signature. And there's the Pennsylvania border. I'm going to draw the Pennsylvania border in right here. Again, Orangeville right on the border, and it's moving to the east at the 30 miles an hour. So if you live along the intersection of Route 7 and Ohio Route 609, you need to be in your place of safety immediately. Don't waste time. Take your iPhone with you, take your tablet with you, watch us online, and we'll keep you posted. But right now, if you are in Cortland, you're okay. You can come out of your place of safety in Cortland. And just about in Fowler. I'd give it another couple of minutes for those of you watching from Fowler along the intersection of 193 and 305 right there. And there it is, working to the east. There's the Pennsylvania border, Orangeville right there on the right-hand side of your screen, Ohio Route 609 and Route 7. If you are anywhere within a mile of that intersection, it would be in your best interest to be in your place of safety as quickly as you can, since that is still showing signs of rotation. I am, let's see, looking at the Youngstown, new reports from Youngstown Vienna Airport reporting a funnel cloud. They apparently can still see the funnel cloud, and that's not surprising. That's just to the northeast of Youngstown Vienna Airport. And they still have frequent cloud-to-ground lightning, even some cloud-to-air lightning overhead, which is that indicates that particular thunderstorm is has the potential of producing some very strong winds, but of course, in addition to the potential of that funnel cloud in the very isolated location, it looks like that's about to move and cross over into Pennsylvania, and indeed, we have now, the tornado warning is now done for Trumbull County, but I'll tell you what, until that moves east of the Pennsylvania border, I'm going to hang with you because I am not comfortable in giving anybody in Ohio right now the all clear, especially if you live in Orangeville and or, let's see, do we have any town names right along Ohio Route 88 and still essentially at the intersection of Route 7 and 609. Now there is a new tornado warning that was just issued, but this new one is going to be for Pennsylvania. And that's a severe thunderstorm warning. However, they do indicate that a tornado is possible on the south side. So that's for Mercer County, Pennsylvania until 7:45. We have reports of one of the media outlets in Youngstown have seen several funnels. But can't see the ground, but it was down to at least tree line, they said. All right, let's see if we have anything new here from National Weather Service Cleveland. All right, Youngstown still reporting that they are at least seeing the funnel cloud and or tornado, and according to some reports in that area, that the funnel cloud has actually been pushing down to tree level. And there's the Ohio-Pennsylvania border, and until that tracks, until the signature tracks east of the Pennsylvania border, I'm going to keep going. Even though the tornado warning has expired, but it is literally right on the Pennsylvania border, just about ready to move into Orangeville. There's Orangeville right there. There's the Pennsylvania border. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning now for Mercer County, Pennsylvania. And in that warning, though, they do say that there is the potential for a tornado. Let's see, we have new report from Youngstown. Obviously, Youngstown Vienna Airport, the tower, very, very busy. because they're keeping an eye on it, they can probably see it from their tower up to the northeast. They report a tornado with the cell is beginning to pull away from them, but they are still reporting at 7:33 that they can still see the funnel cloud at the very least from where they are. All right, there is the signature. It's about to move right along the Pennsylvania border. The tornado warning has expired, but we still have a signature, and we still have reports from the Ohio, or rather the Youngstown Tower, that they can still see this funnel cloud. So until this signature passes to the east of Orangeville, we'll continue to monitor, and we will stay with you if, and there's the latest image. Looks like things are settling down, and that would be a good indication as it moves east of the Pennsylvania border. Brand new image, there it is, and it's right on the Pennsylvania border. That very, very bright red, along with some of the green, which would indicate where the rotation is, but it is right along the Pennsylvania border. So if you're watching us again, if you live in Orangeville, if you live just east of Route 7, anywhere along the Pennsylvania-Ohio border near Orangeville, it is probably in your best interest to be in your place of safety right now. Let's zoom in. Let's get you some towns. There's the town of Orangeville and Ohio Route 718 right along the Pennsylvania border. And so north of Orangeville and definitely south of southeast, really, of Kinsman. Let me see. Okay. Let me see what we're doing here with the Youngstown New Report. Still, they are indicating that they can still see the funnel cloud at the very least up to the northeast. We do not have a tornado warning. The tornado warning for Trumbull County has expired. There is a new severe thunderstorm warning for Mercer County. While we're waiting for this to finally move east of the Pennsylvania border, let me read to you from the National Weather Service out of Pittsburgh. Severe thunderstorm warning for Mercer County for a possible 70-mile-per-hour wind gust, radar indicated. Tornadoes can develop unexpectedly from these thunderstorms, and earlier they had indicated or had noted that there was the potential for a tornado at the south to southwest side of this particular cell. We're just about ready to wrap things up here, but until that little red zone moves to the east, and okay, all right, it has moved now to the east of the Pennsylvania border. The severe thunderstorm warning for Mercer County continues. That continues until 7:45, and you can see right here is the main area of concern. Youngstown probably still seeing that from where they are. Here is the Ohio-Pennsylvania line. There's Orangeville. Orangeville, give it another 3 or 4 minutes before you come out of your place of safety. But everywhere to the west, for instance, if you live in Hartford, you can comfortably start to come out of your place of safety. If you live in Latimer, Corinth, Youngstown, Vienna, Brookfield, Kings Corners, Cortland, all clear for you. The tornado warning again has expired as of 8 minutes ago. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning, which is still in effect from Mercer County, and there it gives you the broad perspective of things. And I'm going to wrap things up here in just a second, but I want to give you the overall view. That is essentially the trailing edge of what has been a very interesting line this afternoon. You can see to the west, nothing else going on, spare maybe a couple of little light tropical light showers. So as we go now into the rest of this evening, things will definitely begin to wind down. Again, We still have a severe thunderstorm warning for Mercer County until 7:45. That's in effect for the next 6 minutes or so. The tornado warning for Trumbull County, that expired 8 minutes ago, but I felt uncomfortable going off the air until we saw that signature move into Pennsylvania. Again, Orangeville, if you're watching from Orangeville, stay in your place of safety for the next 2, 3, 4 minutes. And then, especially as the skies begin to brighten and the rain ends.